flourishing. 2023, my year of flourishing.
Flourishing 2023, my year of flourishing. Can we jam those hands together for Jesus? For Jesus. For Jesus. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. And of course, in the house, we have one of our guest ministers in the house. Very rare to get. In fact, let me tell you what mommy did for us. So that when we call her up, you will celebrate her. She's supposed to be out of the country by now, but because of our program, she decided to wait behind. She's the registrar of the Lee City University. Lee City students, please go out and welcome your registrar in. Lee City students, please go out. Give her the honor. All the Lee City students, can you move towards this side? Move your leg. All Lee City students, move your leg, please. With the welcoming student, welcomers. Welcomers. Please welcome your registrar in. That's the honor. That is the registrar of the Lee City University. She's mommy of one of us, of three of us. Dr. Mrs. Ayeni. All these city students appreciate our mommy. All these city students appreciate her. We are not going to sit down because she's a registrar. Your students are coming to take pictures with you specially when you are done, ma. I want to tell you more about mommy. Mommy loved Living Treasure so much that once she hears that any of you want to enter our school and you are from Living Treasure, even all our staff, they know. Lee City members, am I right? Yeah, it was. When you get to our office, once you say Living Spring, they will stand up and start. Mommy is a member of the choir department in Dominion City. She sings every time she's around. She does not allow our posts to fight our service. Anytime mommy is around, she comes for rehearsals. She's registrar. She will say yes, sir, to the choir director. Good morning, sir. Mommy, are you Joko? Okay, sir. She will sit down. She's a member of the hospitality department. She's not the leader. We say, mommy, if I say, mommy, can you go? Yes, that's registrar. I'll be thinking in my mind. Hey, come on, Gavin. She has been a wonderful gift to us. Most of our Living Treasure members has passed through her. She has been a blessing to most of them. She does not leave them alone. So with a shouting ovation and saying, I love my mommy, welcome with me up here for the career path talk, mommy, Dr. Ayeni, the registrar of the Lee City University. Shout, shout. I appreciate her the more. I appreciate her the more.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? God bless you all. We may be seated. I thank God for today and for the opportunity given to me to come to talk to you on a very crucial topic, which is what career do I want to choose? And I want to thank the presiding pastor of Living Spring Chapel for this opportunity. I also want to thank the entire pastorate of the youth church. I am not taking this for granted. I really bless God for today. Pastor Mrs. Dia, thank you so, so much. So, I'll be speaking on career choice today. Career choice. You know, this topic is so crucial and so important because your career determines everything about you. Your career determines everything about you. Your marital life, the money you make, the joy you enjoy, the fulfillment and everything. Your career determines everything. And so it's really very important to be in the right career. And how do you know if you have chosen the right career? How do you know if you have chosen the right career? You are going to be satisfied. That's for sure. You are not going to be stressed up. You are not going to be worried or perturbed about challenges on that career. So it's really very important. So I want you to be attentive. Everybody should be seated and pay full attention. How do you know you have chosen the right career? When you are in my age, in your 50s, that's when you know you have chosen the right career. So it's important for you to know now so that it's not when you are 40 or 35 or 50, then you begin to feel, this is not really what I want to do. This is something else. So it's important for us to choose the right career. Sorry, just 1 second. I have some slides for you. We are going to be talking today about what career is. The mistake people make when choosing career, steps for choosing the right career, and factors to consider in this century, this generation that we are. Then updates and conclusion. Who can tell me what career is? Can anybody tell me what career is? What do you have any idea? I want somebody to raise his or her hand and tell me, this is what I understand by career. Okay, can somebody from Leeds City University tell me what career is? Any student of Leeds City University? Is anyone here? Okay. Is somebody raising a hand? I'm waiting, no. What do you understand by career? What do you understand by what you want to do? Okay, come and tell me. 1, 2, 3. The girl in the red dress. Come and tell me what you understand by career. Jump up and come and tell me, okay? I'm talking to you. What? Just say it the way you understand it. What do you understand?
Career means what we do. As in, how will I put it?
Your job?
Yes, your job opportunity, something like that. What we do and work.
Okay, your work. So that's simply what career means. And here I said that career refers to the sequence of occupation. It's also your occupation. Your job, the position you hold, the person you undertake in your lifetime. Career is a lifetime thing. It is not for a short period. It's something that you do for a lifetime for living. And you have long long-term professional goals and aspiration. It is the journey of an individual's work life involving the series of employment opportunities, experiences that contribute to the overall professional development and growth. So what I mean is, your career is what you do. Like for instance now, I'll be using myself as an example most of the time. I'm an administrator. I'm into educational administration. That's my career. And that is what I've been doing all my life. And I'm happy doing it. I'm fulfilled doing it. I don't really wish to be somebody else. I'm happy being an educational administrator. And that's what I've been doing since I left school. So, to the glory of God, I've been working for about 25 years now. And that is what I've been doing, working in an institutional environment, in an institution. And what did I study? Sometimes what you study does not determine what you do. But sometimes it is better to be tailored towards what you really want to do. My first degree is in education. My second degree is also in education. So my doctorate degree, I focused on institutional administration because by then I'd started working. I've seen that what I really want to do is to be a success. When you talk about university administration, I want to be a voice. So I have tailored my course of study towards what I'm doing at the moment. I don't wish to be an accountant. I will still tell you that story later. So that is what career is all about. So successful career typically involves progression, skill development, and increasing responsibilities as the individual gains expertise and experience in their chosen field of industry. It is not merely about holding a job or earning a living. You know, sometimes you think that the job I want to do, many of us, I'm sure that's your thinking, the job that will give me so much money that I'll just have money, that's all it's all. But it's more than money. It's more than money. It's about your totality. It's more than money. And fulfillment, I talk about satisfaction. You have to be happy doing what you are doing. You shouldn't come to work and feel frustrated that, oh, this is not what I want to do. And you have a sense of purpose. So the tragedy of not choosing the right career is a lot of people waste time. They waste their time, they waste their energy. I've seen students who've gone to medical school, they went through MBBS, graduated, holding that degree, 7 years in the university, and they come out, they say, no, I want to be a marketer. Apparently because their parents wanted them to study medicine. But that is not really what they want to do. So your career choice should be something that will make you happy, make you pleased with yourself, make you fulfilled and satisfied. What are the things that your career should give you? It should make you happy, make you satisfied, give you a sense of fulfillment that, oh, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Like, for instance, when I was young like you, my mom wanted me to be a nurse. And I passed the nursing school exam. But at the interview, when they said, why have I come for this interview? I didn't even allow them to ask me biology or chemistry question. I just told them that I don't want to be a nurse. And I know because my mom is a nurse, and all the people on the panel, most of them are her friends. I know they will take me. And I know I qualify also, but I don't want to be a nurse, so that they should please reserve that position for somebody who really, really wants to be a nurse. And the panelists were amazed that, look at this young girl. I was just 16. That how can she be telling us she doesn't want to be a nurse? That is not what I want to be. because I don't like the hospital. I don't like seeing blood. And anytime I have to go to see my mommy in the office, I have to do the sign of the cross that anything happening in the hospital should not affect me. So how can I now want to work in the hospital all my life? Will I be happy? I won't be happy being a nurse because I don't like that environment. So you have to know what you really like, what will make you happy and fulfilled. And nobody should force you or compel you into doing what you don't want to do. You know why people choose the wrong career? The things that you need to consider, I said, don't be frustrated. Choosing a career is a significant decision that can have a profound impact on individuals' life and future. Unfortunately, people can make certain mistakes during the career selection process, which may lead to dissatisfaction, frustration, difficulties in their professional lives. Some common mistakes people make in choosing career, I will discuss with you. You know, when you go to some offices and you are talking to the person behind the desk, for no reason, no, because you have not done anything to them, they will just yell at you, hey, 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 what do you want? What can I do for you? Because they are frustrated doing what they are doing. Some of them will come to work in the morning. The next 1 hour, they are just banging their head. They are looking for something. They are so disorganized and they can't even put themselves together. It is not because anybody has offended them, but because they are not happy doing what they are doing. It is not giving them joy. They don't have any satisfaction. So that is why it is important for you, and you should thank God for this opportunity that you have, that somebody is coming to tell you how to know what you really want to do. So in order to avoid frustration, unhappiness, it can even lead to health problem. Because when somebody wakes up every morning and the person is not happy going to work, the person will be feeling sick. He will be calling in sick every day because they are not happy doing what they are doing. So that will not be your portion in Jesus' name. The mistakes people make in choosing the career they choose. 1, you follow other people's interest. You know, some people, they like doing follow. When your friend is taking a course, you say, that's what my friend is doing. I also want to do it. Don't copy anybody. Be yourself. Say, I will be myself. Just be yourself because you know what you want to do. I'm sure if I start asking you one after the other now, what do you want to do? Some of you already know what you want to do, isn't it? You know what you like, isn't it? Even if you don't know what you like, you know what you don't like. Do you know what you don't like? Yes, some of you know what you don't like. You know what is not going to make you happy. And so that will help you to know what you like. Even if you don't know, if you know what you don't like, then you will know what you like. So people choose career based on expectation of parents, friends, societal norms, rather than considering their own interest and passion. So follow your own interest, follow your passion. Don't let anybody coerce you or force you into doing what you don't want to do. Then some people choose because they think, it's medical doctors and nurses that are making the most money all over the world. That is true, but it entails a lot. It is beyond money. Even some people make the money and they are not happy doing what they are doing. Is it good to make so much money and you are not even happy spending that money? Is it good? No, you should be happy spending your money. So don't choose because you think, if I'm into, if I study medicine, I'm going to travel to Saudi Arabia to go and practice so that I can make a lot of dollars. Or I'm going to go to the US to go and practice, to go and make a lot. No, choose what you think will make you happy. And when you are providing solution, you will always make your money. You are not going to lack. When you are good in what you are doing, you are perfect. People know you for it. You are going to make your money. So don't be pressured because you want to make money. Money is the only thing. Money is not the only thing, no. This life is more than money. Money is good, but it is beyond all the money you can make. Then, lack of self-awareness. Lack of self-awareness. Have you sat down and looked at yourself that, oh, what would I really like to do? Like I told you about myself, when I was in primary school, I wanted to be a teacher because I loved my teacher in grade 4. She was very passionate in teaching us, and I thought that, oh, teachers make so much money. And I said, oh, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to work in an educational institution and all that. That's my dream. I didn't want to be a nurse or an accountant. So understand yourself. When I was in the university, I had the opportunity of doing vacation job in the bank. So when we were on holiday, I work in the bank, and that was a good experience for me. When I was working in that bank, I look at the life of the bankers that are older, and I see their frustration. Even though I had the opportunity of working, but I was telling myself deep inside me that, Bola, you're not going to be a banker, because I know that my dad was tailoring me towards that, because he said my sister should study accounting. I didn't want to study accounting, but he felt that he has influence to get me a job placement in the bank. So I was working in the bank. We will do, that time is not, technology is not like now. We do a lot of posting. And when we don't balance the account for that day, we don't go anywhere. And I'll look at myself that, why will I be working like this? Morning from 7:30, even sometimes 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we can't balance accounts. And it's not that anybody has stolen money, but it's just the figures. You know, when you miss dot or you miss 0.1, that 0.1 translates to so many things. And they're not going to allow us to go. We keep looking for where the mistake is. And my mentor then, she will look at me and say, Bola Pele, sometimes, you know, they give us lunch. The environment is very nice, but the job satisfaction for me wasn't there. I will look at my auntie. Then she was the branch manager. When she wants to buy pepper, they will bring it for her in the office. When she wants to change her glasses, optician will come to meet her in the office. When she wants to buy underwear, they will bring it for her in the office. And everything, even sometimes her husband will come to the office because by the time she gets home at 10 p.m., they can't have any meaningful conversation again. And by 6 a.m., she's already out of the house. So sometimes my uncle will come to the office to see her so that they can talk about important things. And I'll just look at her that, Auntie, so when do you have time for yourself? Then she said, this banking job, no time, oh. All your life is bank. All those information I was getting from her was helping me, it was shaping my own mind to know what I really want to do, that this is not what I want for myself. I want to have time for my children. I want to have time to enjoy my life and enjoy my money. I don't want to be buying pepper, buying gari in the office. And when the pepper is 5,000, they will tell her that it's 15,000. She will pay because she has money and she doesn't have time to go to the market. Everything is inside. Even sometimes doctor will come to see her in the office. They'll be doing back massage in the office. That's not what I want. So I made up my mind, I'm not going to be a banker. So you know what you don't want. Do you get it now? You know what you don't want. So don't force it. Don't let anybody force you into doing what you don't want to do. So you need to understand yourself. Have self-awareness. What do I really want? How do I want to go about it? So let's move on. Then you need to understand what is happening in your environment, the current trends. What are the job opportunities available now? You know, in the past, there are some programs that people just go for. When I mention some courses, I'm not discouraging you from those courses. I'm just using it as an example. Like now, you just come to the university, you want to study biochemistry because biochemistry is a course. In fact, in those days, when you don't pass JAMB to get placements into the course of your choice, they will just push you into any program that is available that the university is trying to fill placement for. What I mean is, you don't want to study agric. You have applied for pharmacy, but your JAMB quota or your JAMB score does not fit into pharmacy, and they just offer you admission into agric science. And you don't want to be an agriculturist. But because parents are under pressure, they want their wards to go to the university immediately. You take that agric. You get to class, and you're just not finding your placement there. So don't work towards what you want. Don't go to do what you don't want to do. I have seen students who come to the university, and after first year, it happens everywhere, even abroad. After first year, they stop going to class. There was a student in my university. The parents came in the third year and requested for results. And we just realized that 200 level and 300 level, this boy was not even going to class at all. He would just sleep in his room. You know, in the university, you are free. It's not like secondary school that you go for assembly, from assembly to classroom. You are free. Nobody is going to force you to come to class or not come to class. You have some level of liberty. He has not been attending classes. Then we called him. Why have you not been attending your classes? He said he doesn't understand what they are teaching because he was studying computer science. But that is not really what he wants to do. Guess what he really wants to do? He wants to be a musician. And he felt that, oh, okay, this computer science, what am I going to do with this? All these equations, graphs, everything they do there, they are not sinking into his brain. And so he's not happy in class. And it happens to a lot of people. Some people are studying law because their parents want them to be a lawyer, and they won't attend classes. They will some of them fail because they are not happy studying what they are studying. So I said that looking at the current trend, what is happening now? You know, now you have to be ICT savvy. You need to know how to use the computer. You need to be able to balance what you have learned in school with what will be applicable to the job industry. What is applicable in the job industry? What does the society need now? We need a lot of IT solutions, isn't it? So if if you like IT, even if you don't like it, whatever career that you find yourself, you need to be IT literate. So understand what is going on. Now the world is tending towards health related. People are paying premium on health. And that is why a lot of nurses and doctors, they earn more because health is premium all over the world. Health is premium. IT is important. So you need to be thinking in that direction. Like if I'm studying biochemistry, I was mentoring a young lady. I said, look, tend towards health-related options for your master's. Don't just think, oh, I've studied biochemistry, I've studied microbiology, I've studied physiology, oh, I've studied economics, BSc administration, banking and finance. What do you want to do with it? So how am I going to be relevant? How am I going to be able to get job, not looking for a job for 100 years? Then you need to have a mentor. You know, if you want to learn how to drive a car, You're not going to go and meet somebody riding Okada to come and teach you how to drive car. Is that true or false? True or false? You're not going to go to somebody who is a vulcanizer that, look, I want to learn how to drive a car. Come and teach me how to drive a car. Whoever is going to mentor you should be somebody that you have seen what you want in them. Your mentor may be physically available for you. Your mentor may be somebody you have read about online. Your mentor may be somebody your parents have introduced to you. Like now, you want to be a medical doctor. You need to have a medical doctor who will be your mentor. And what does that mean? During your holiday, go to his office, work with him, stay with him. Do some kind of volunteering job. So in the process, you will understand that, oh, this is what I really want. Or, my thinking is wrong. This is not what I really want. Is this how doctors work? You don't want to imagine how they work. But some of them are happy doing what they're doing because that is really what they want to do. And some of them are not happy doing what they're doing because their parents or situation or circumstance made them to be medical doctors. So have a mentor. What do I say? Have a mentor. Have somebody to talk to. If your parents are not giving you the right information or the proper information, tell them, mommy or daddy, please, can you look for somebody who is a teacher or a doctor or a physiotherapist that I can talk to? My thinking is in that direction. And I'm sure they will have one or two people you can talk to. Have a mentor and don't keep your mouth sealed. A sealed mouth is, when you keep your mouth sealed, the person's destiny will close. So don't keep your mouth shut. Speak up, ask questions, and God will lead you to the right mentor in Jesus' name. But everybody needs a mentor. We all need a mentor. When you don't understand something or you want to know more about something, then you need to have a mentor. So seek advice, have a mentor. Please write it down. I will have a mentor. And know who your mentor will be. Your mentor will be somebody you respect so much that you appreciate them, you love them, you see the success story, and go in that direction, talk to them. And a mentor will be able to do a lot for you. My advice for you, make informed decisions. Individuals should take time to assess their interests. I've talked about that. Your skill, your values, your long-term goals, engaging in information interviews, internship, or career assessments. This can provide valuable insights. Ultimately, it's crucial to choosing a career that aligns with your passion, your strength, and values. And finding fulfillment and success in that career chosen. So, understand yourself, know what your passion is, and understand what your interest is. What's your area of strength? What do you like doing? When you wake up in the morning, if somebody should wake you up day in, day out, January to December to do, you find happiness doing. That is the kind of career you are thinking of. So not something that when they wake you up in the morning, you feel like, oh, I want to go back to sleep. I don't like to do this. So don't force yourself to that. What are the steps you need to take in choosing your career? What are the steps you need to take? Because I told you that your career will give you ultimate happiness. It's going to give you fulfillment. It's going to give you success in life. So what steps do you take in choosing this career? The first step you need to take is to understand who you really are. Like for myself, I understand who I really am. I know what I want and I know what I don't want. Like I told you, I didn't want to be a nurse. And when I had the experience of working in a bank, even though I would have loved banking, but with the experience of 3 years, different vacation period, and different branches of the bank, I realized that no, banking is not what I want to do. So I think I would be better being a teacher, not a banker and not a nurse. So identify what you like, what makes you happy, what makes you comfortable, what makes you, when you wake up every morning doing it, that does not make you uncomfortable at all. So for me, because I'm doing what I like, I've gone to school to study education, I'm impacting, I work in an educational environment, I'm happy with myself, and I don't get tired. People ask me, why are you not stressed? I just feel that, look, this is what I enjoy doing. I can't get tired because I'm happy doing what I'm doing. So check yourself and write out your interest. Begin to list it and write out the things you like to do. And begin to allow that to shape in your mind towards choosing the career you are going to pursue. So the first thing is to know who you are. Say, know who you are. And know what you like. Yes, so that will help you to understand what your personality is. Then you need to carry out a lot of research. You need to carry out a lot of research. Do I like technology? Do I like the commerce industry? Do I want to be in the military, engineering, science, medicine, education, law, and arts? So make research on all those things and to know the depth of those career that you want to choose. So research about that career, study about it, ask questions, look for a mentor. Oh, you want to go into the military? Are you going to ask me if you want to go into the military? No, because I don't know anything about the military. So ask questions about the area you are thinking is your area of interest. You also need to find out about how much money they earn. Is that important? So if you are choosing a career now, you also want to know, okay, if I'm in this career, am I going to make a lot of money that will make me happy and fulfilled? What are the job descriptions of what I want to do? What are the day-to-day? What I mean by job description is the day-to-day activities of what you'll be doing. Every day, what am I going to be doing? Because as a medical doctor now, you know that depending on your area of specialization, you are going to be seeing patients every day. Isn't it? Isn't it? Please respond. Yes, you are going to be seeing patients every day. If you are a surgeon, you are going to be performing operation every day. If you are a dentist, you are going to be looking at people's mouth every day. So if you are somebody that gets irritated by seeing other people's mouth, the mouth odor and everything, you can't be a dentist. Because when you say open your mouth, at least if you want to attend to a patient who has cavity in the teeth, you have to look at their mouth. Won't you? You have to. So if you don't like that, don't go and study dentistry. Because when people open their mouth, it gives you a headache. So look at those things, then make inquiry about the prospects. Because when people come for interview and they tell you they have studied business administration, then we ask them, what's your career interest at the interview? Some people don't even know they just went to school to study. And it is beyond going to school to study just anything. They have gone to school to study. They don't know what they want to do with what they have gone to study. So know what you really, the job prospects for you. If I study business administration, what is the job prospects for me? How am I going to be able to apply business administration to the market of today? What am I bringing to the table that will make me different and stand out, unique, that will make me relevant? So you need to understand that, know the market demand. So you need to do a lot of research. What do I say? Do a lot of research. Then you need to assess the market demand. What is going on now? You know now, everything is, artificial intelligence, robotics, IT, even medical doctors. You'll be surprised that now doctors also work online. Like, for instance, in Leeds City Hospital, we just bought a software that will make coming to the hospital seamless. You know, in the past, when a patient comes into the hospital, they will go and carry the patient's case note and take the blood pressure and the vital sign of that patient, and they will be recording it. Then somebody will need to carry it to the doctor's consulting room. But now, with the software, you don't need to be carrying file up and down anymore. So once the patient comes into the clinic, they take the vital sign, the nurse will impute the information on the patient's page, and immediately the patient gets to the doctor can see the information the nurse has put there. And the doctor can consult with the patient and send the medications needed to pharmacy. You don't need to write it on a piece of paper. So when we bought this software, some medical doctors had to leave because they said, 1, they don't have a laptop. 2, they can't be typing. 3, they don't know what to do. The software is giving them stress and everything. And then we had a meeting with the entire hospital that, look, this is what we want to use now. If you're not going to fit in, then you have to find your way out. So you need to be current and work towards being relevant. Assess what the market demand is and make sure you follow that. You need to seek guidance. It's also seeking for mentorship. You know, when somebody in a career that you want to pursue, you have identified a mentor. That mentor has a lot of experience. True or false? The mentor will be able to tell you, these are the prospects of this career. These are the difficulties or challenges. This is what you can do to make your journey faster. You know, if you have a mentor and you have somebody guiding you, what took some people 10 years to achieve, you can achieve in 1 year because you have somebody showing you the way and telling you what to do part time. So you need to seek guidance from experts in the industry. People can give you valuable information about your career. Then when you are choosing your career, you have to choose a career that will give you balanced life. Your family, your work, and everything. You know, I told you about myself that I didn't want to be a banker because that is not the life I pray to live. I don't want everything about me to be centered around my office alone. I want to have a job that will make me raise my children well, have time for my family, have time to enjoy my life, go on vacation. Not a job that you have to do throughout the year. No holiday. No, I don't want that kind of career. That even when you are sleeping, your mind is not sleeping because you didn't balance accounts yesterday. So choose a career that will give you fulfillment, that will make you have a balanced life. You have your money, you have a healthy life, you have a good family life, and you have time for yourself to socialize. So when you are choosing your career, have that at the back of your mind. Okay? Then try to do volunteer jobs. Like I told you about myself, I had the opportunity to work in the bank. So if you want to be a nurse, go to the hospital, identify a nurse that will mentor you, and sometimes go to work with her and work with her. Just volunteer, do internship, create time, so that you understudy somebody who is already doing what you want to do. And that will help you to understand better that, oh, this is what I want, or no, this is what I don't want. So create time for job shadowing. If you want to be a medical doctor, identify a medical doctor and work with the doctor. So you know if you like to work in that kind of environment. So things to consider in the 21st century. When choosing a career, you know, my own days, I'm talking about 25, 30 years back, is completely different from what is going on at this moment. Is it different? The generational gap is so wide. Those days, in fact, most people my age at that time, they didn't even know what they want. All you know is when you get to Form 5 or Form 4, you are going to pick your JAMB form and just what your parents tell you. In fact, some parents, they won't even think at all. They'll just say, first choice, fill medicine. Second choice, fill pharmacy. Third choice, fill biochemistry. If they don't take you for medicine, they take you for pharmacy. If they don't take you for pharmacy, they will take you for biochemistry. And that's what you will feel without even knowing what it means to be a medical doctor. And that's why those times, when they're writing MBBS qualifying exams, they have to put ambulance by the entrance of the exam hall because some people will faint, some people will collapse. Because of pressure, they are forcing themselves to do what they don't want to do. So things have changed. It is not what it used to be. So don't go and study one traditional course that is not relevant to today's market. So I said in choosing career in the 21st century requires considering various factors because everything is changing rapidly. Technology advancement and the rate of growth makes in corporate organization and professional world, it's very, very alarming. Many careers are being destroyed. You know now, a lot of things that people do in the past is the technology that we use for it now. Like I told you about hospital, when somebody will be employed to be carrying file. Now, you don't need to employ anybody to carry file because everything you want to do about a patient is on your laptop. So you need to understand what you want to study and how you'll be relevant in the next 20 years. So put that at the back of your mind as well. Then I've talked about the future trends in the market. Everything is changing every day. So don't go and study a traditional course. I want you to research about this course. Nanomedicine, UX writer, VX creator, biotechnology, robotics, automation, all those things. Go and research about them because that is where the world is going now. That is the future trend. So if you want to be relevant and you want to find a placement, you should be thinking of those kind of courses, forensic audit, criminal detection, all those kind of courses. So even if your first degree is in something else, you know that by the time you are going in for your master's, you are focusing and specializing, just like I did for my PhD, that I did institutional administration, because I've done education in my first degree and my second degree, and now I'm narrowing it down to what I really want to do. So please make research about courses that will be relevant in the next 10 years and the next 20 years. There is a lot of technology advancement. I'm not going to overflood that. Then you have to study a course that will make you to be able to transfer skill. What I mean is that if you want to work in a radio station now, you want to probably go to study mass communication. But you should be able to transfer what you have learned to what is applicable in the job environment. You know, sometimes when you go to the university to study, what you are studying is just to shape you. What you are going to meet in the job market is completely different. So you need to be able to transfer your knowledge and make it applicable in the office. So think of a course that will give you a lifelong opportunity of learning. Like if you're a medical doctor, until you retire, you continue to research, you continue to learn, you continue to take qualifying exams. There is no retirement for some profession. So you should be able to transfer your skill. And you should choose a career that will give you opportunity for lifelong learning. You know, as an educational administrator now, I need to keep, it's not that you have your first degree, you have your second degree, you have made your PhD, and that's the end of education for you. You have to keep researching, you have to keep learning, writing papers, making, researching into current things, how to do things better. So choose a career that will give you opportunity to continue to learn, not a career that will make you redundant at some point, because that's what happens in organizations. When they work for like 10 years, the organization will be fed up with them and they lay them off because they have become redundant. They are no more relevant. They can't apply any skill or be relevant to the work environment again. So do a course that will make you to continue to go to school, that will make you to continue to want to go to school and stay relevant. So, such as educational technology, software engineering, all those courses that you have to keep researching, making inquiries, and learning every day. And opportunity, is so much now for people who can work remotely and entrepreneurship. I'm sure you would have heard so much. Do you know what entrepreneurship means? Do you know what entrepreneurship means? Okay, what is entrepreneurship? When you work for yourself and you make money for yourself, so look for opportunities that will make you an entrepreneur, to be able to establish your own business. Like for instance now, if you study pharmacy, you don't need to go to UCA to go and apply for a job. With your license, you can open your own pharmaceutical store. So study a course that will make you to be able to do your own business, have your own establishment, have your own organization ultimately. It may not be immediately after your graduation, but at least later on in life, it can give you something that can make you an entrepreneur. So consider potentials for entrepreneurship and freelance. A job that will not keep you in one office. You know, there are some people now, they are working for various organizations. I met a lady, although not in Nigeria. She's a secretary to many companies, and she doesn't work in a particular company. Because what she does is that you need a letter from so-so-so company. You need to write a letter to so-so-so place. She's going to write the letter on behalf of that company, forward it to them, and all that. Even in organizations abroad, you don't have to be a receptionist to be picking call. You don't have to be physically present in that organization to be a receptionist, because a lot of inquiries, will be on phone. So they're in the comfort of their home. But once they call that company number, that person is going to pick it and answer on behalf of that company. And the person is not physically present in the company. Is that not interesting? Is it interesting? So you are working from the comfort of your home. You are doing other things as well. It's not keeping you. You are not going to go early in the morning. You wake up, take your shower, and then you resume at work at 8 o'clock and just sit down behind the desk and you are working there till 5 p.m. No, things are changing. So choose careers that will give you some level of freedom, that will make you to, work in establishments, for various establishments, and you can multitask. You can do many things at the same time. And jobs that will give you opportunity to start your own business. Because now, organizations are downsizing, they don't want to employ many people again. In the future now, lecturers can teach from anywhere. You know that if you want to listen to a lecturer who is teaching in Oxford University, it's online. It's online. So you don't have to go and look for professors that will come and work physically, because you can play the lecture and students will listen to it anywhere in the world. So look for opportunities that will make you to be relevant in the future. And the future is already now. Choose a career that will give you fulfillment, something that will make you happy, make you satisfied, not the kind of person that I described to you that you come to the office in the morning and you're just saying, good morning, sir. You say, good morning. What's good about the morning? Because they are frustrated. So don't choose that kind of career. Choose a career that will give you fulfillment. Then have updates all the time. Updates all the time. What is going on now? Everything is online, so you can check. Update your information every day. Every parent should bear in mind that method of choosing career in their days is totally different from what it is now. Even us, we are not parents yet, but we should have that at the back of our mind. We need to have updates all the time. I have noticed that strength of every genius is their freedom. People are best productive in their natural environment. You need to be free. Say, I will be free. I will be free, because it's not good to be bound to one location just because of 30 days make one pay. General updates. So for a science student, you are likely to be aiming to becoming a doctor, a medical scientist, a physiotherapist, engineering, and all that. It is good to know that science world is not threatened by evolving change in the industry, as the basics that require to be science students are constant. There are some new careers that may help you avoid crowd in the job searching. So you need to research and know what is the current trend. Don't go into the science class if you know you don't want to do any course science related. So a medical student has a future in nanomedicine, nanotechnology that might possibly be the next phase of medical industry. A computer science can consider data science, analytics, or cybersecurity. If you have passion to come into entertainment industry as a science student, you may want to look into virtual reality, augmentation reality. So all these things, write them down and research about them. A medical student can easily upgrade to biotechnology and biomedical research. So please, write them down and research about them. Don't just say, oh, I'm also going to be a medical. There are other things you could do that are medical related. Or engineering, you may consider robotics, automation, remote sensing, geospatial technology, artificial intelligence, mechanics, renewable energy, and so on and so forth. So those are the courses that will be relevant in the future. Then for the art students, if you like arts like me, the truth is that life is not, you are not a lesser person. You know, when I was in school, when they are going to choose students going to the science class, they choose the best brains. And they say, all these ones, they are for science class. Then those who are average, they let them go to the art class. But that is not supposed to be. If you are an average student, does not necessarily make you an art student. And if you are the best brain, the people scoring A1, 70, 80 and above, does not necessarily make you to be a science student. So being an A student, don't go into science class if you don't want a science-related course. Is that clear to you? So let your parents know so that they are not misinformed, because that's a mistake most people make. Once you are brilliant, they think, oh, you are just a science student. But it's not so. Even in the arts now, there are a lot of science people that are doing a lot, and they are relevant. So the truth is left unsaid that they forget to tell every art student that art is the mother of every industry. There is no profession that will not indulge in arts. And your arts education equips you with transferable skills such as critical thinking, communication, creativity, adaptability, and so on and so forth. The key to identify your interests and strengths within the arts and explore how they can be applied is different in different industries and sectors. Networking, internship, I've told you that before. You need to work, do some vacation job, do some volunteering job, so that will help you to identify your skill. So let's move to the next slide. Management students. Some people fall into the management category. Management students should take advantage of every managerial and financial role in every industry. There are managerial tools that have been developed for organizational use. So if you are considering career in management, you must be technologically, friendly. You must have interest in technology. If you are considering even being a banker, in fact, there is no profession at all. You have to be technologically driven. So if you are in management, if you have interest in management, you need to develop your skills and learn about things that will give you good managerial skill. So, in conclusion, it is important to know that the system of education has changed, and the requirement for securing a job in this century is only determined by application, no longer certification. What I mean is, it is not your certificate that will get you the job. It is the knowledge you have acquired and you can apply to what is relevant now that will make you get the job. Like when people come for interview, oh, you have studied something, then what are you bringing to the table that makes you qualify for that position that is available? So it is not your certificate. Certificate is, we have so many certificates. Even people graduating with first class that they can apply what they have learned in school to the job environment. So it's not the certificate, it's beyond the certificate. Don't go to school because of certificates. Go to school because you want to learn, you want to be able to apply your knowledge to the work environment. Then have a problem solution provider mindset. Study a course that will make you a solution provider. Like Poseidon will say that if you're a solution provider, you're going to be wealthy because you are creating solutions to solve problems for people. And that problem solving is what will bring money to you. So identify areas where you will be a solution provider. We are going to solve problems that will make you relevant. It's not a certificate, it's beyond certificates. In fact, forget about certificates. Forget about that. It is the knowledge you can apply to the work environment. It is good to be clear, have a clear vision statement, a sense of purpose. I've said that before. And the statement you want to make with your career before you choose a career. So what statement do you want to make? What do you really want to achieve? What do you want to become? What do you want to be known for that will make you an household name? That people will hear your name and say, oh, she's a renowned banker. Oh, she's a renowned surgeon. Oh, he's a renowned technologist. What is your end-time goal? That should be on your mind in shaping your decision to choose a career. Lastly, it is important to prioritize your self-development. I've said that before. You should choose a career that will make you to have lifelong education. While you are still in school, the career you are aiming at requires a version of yourself. It has to show who you really are. It goes beyond you came first in class. So your career should be beyond I'm the first in class or I had first class. There is no automatic work for a first class student. Every system has discovered that class brilliancy is different from life brilliancy. What do I say? Class brilliancy is different from life brilliancy. You see people who graduated with first class and they're still employing people who had first class. I mean, people graduated with third class and they are the ones employing people who had first class. So, life brilliancy is different from book or class brilliancy. The most talented people don't always make it. Your personal self-development will make you stand out among the best. So your personal self-development. So don't waste your time. Don't waste resources. Don't waste your parents' money. Know who you are. Identify your innermost skills, things that will make you happy in choosing your career. And don't forget that the career should be something that will make you relevant in the nearest future. Have I communicated to you? Is it clearer to you what you want to do? Now you know that you're not going to choose what you don't like, what you don't want to become. You are going to choose what you like and who you want to become in the nearest future. So I will give you opportunity. I don't know if there is time for questions and answers. So maybe I can take 2 questions before I take my leave. Thank you. Do you have questions or comments? Okay, I'll take it.
Thank you, Ma, for giving me the opportunity to ask this question. My question is this. What about you have, you have 2, like, your area of concentration is 2.
Your area of interest.
Yeah,
yes.
your area of interest is 2.
Yes.
So how are you going to manage that, Ma?
Yes, it's possible. Like I told you that you need to give yourself opportunity for diversity. You should be able to, if balance life, like now you have interest in communication and your focus is TV, you should also be relevant in the print industry. What I mean is, you're not going to say, oh, I like TV, I want to be a broadcaster on TV, and you can't do anything else. So if the opportunity arises for you to work in the newspaper industry or to work in an hospital, because even in hospital, they do a lot of communication, right? Yes. You should be able to have the skill and be able to apply that skill to that industry. So not necessarily that it's either a radio or TV station, I can't work in an hospital. So if the opportunity comes for you, you should be able to have that diversity. Apart from that, for instance, now I mentioned mass communication. Nothing stops you from going in for a course in project management, which is completely different from mass communication. So if you have done a course in project management, you can also be relevant in that area. So you can have areas of interest that is more than one, but you should be able to apply your skill and your knowledge in anywhere you find yourself. Okay.
Ma, please, what about if you have interest in political science and same way engineering?
You know, outside Nigeria, people take course in engineering and they still do courses in business administration. So some universities allow for double degree. What it means is that you're going to take courses in that discipline and take some courses in the other discipline, but you have a major area. But in Nigeria, we still focus on just one course. So if you want to do engineering, what is the other one you mentioned? Political science. You can, on your own, study about the area you want to go for in political science. So, but because engineering is more, it will require some practical skill, you go in to study engineering, but you know, I want to be engineering, I also like political science. So you can venture into it and have a balanced life. Nothing stops you. Nothing stops you from having dual career. Nothing stops you at all. You shouldn't even be somebody that we have just one career and just one traffic direction. There should be other opportunities that you can explore. And this sky is so open and is free for you to explore. Thank you, sir. Have I answered your question?
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
Okay. What is your career interest? What if your career interest is not in school? Probably you prefer fashion design. Okay, thank you. I like this question. You know why? Anything you want to do, anything at all you want to do, quote me, you need education. What do I say? You need to be educated because it is education that will make you to be able to be a different fashion designer. You know, in fashion designing, what is it called now? Pattern cutting. You go to school to study it. So if you don't understand mathematics, how do you want to be able to cut pattern? And so for people that they don't have to be coming back and forth to come and fit the dress. So you need education. Anything you want to do at all. You want to be a singer, you want to be a fashion designer, you want to go into hair making. Education will make your mind open for opportunities around that area. Like now, if you like hair making, you know you can have your own industry to produce wigs. Make something unique. But if you are not educated, how are you going to be able to calculate, interpret instructions, interpret messages? How? So education is very important. And I mentioned that going to school to study a particular course does not necessarily make you practice that course. Some people have gone to school, they have studied Yoruba, and they are good bankers today. So education develops your mind. So education is important. Don't say, no, and my own brain does not carry school. There is nobody whose brain does not carry school. So you need to be educated. Okay.
Praise the Lord. I want to ask okay, let's say I went to this science class right from SS1.
Okay.
And now I'm in SS3.
Okay.
Then I came to church and found out that you have a purpose. You have, you need to know where you want to be, like the way you've taught us today now.
Yeah.
And then I searched and found out that...
You're not a science student.
Yes. Even if I've been doing well in science class,
yes.
I'm not an average student.
Oh.
But I'm supposed to be in the arts class.
Okay.
And I'm in SS3.
Okay.
So what can I do?
See, being a science student and you know what you want to study and it's arts related, if I'm your parents and you now come to me and say, Mommy, I don't want to study a science related course. I'd rather let you wait for 1 year and take your art courses and go to study what you really want to do. Do you get it? So that time you are spending 1 year to take the art classes and pass the art exam is a time gain for you. Rather than going to the university to study pharmacy, then graduating as a pharmacist, and you can't even find your bearing. Not you, in Jesus' name. Oh. And the person cannot even find his or her bearing. And you now think that, oh, what I really want is to be, can you give me a program in art? Or to be a communicator, and you really need the skill. So you now have to go back. Like some people want to study law, and they find out they don't have literature. Instead of not studying the law you want to study, why don't you go and take that literature and pass it? Other than going to study performing arts or English, when you know you want to be a lawyer, go and stay and study and pass the law. Okay? So have I answered your question?
Yeah, you've answered that one, but I want to ask again. Now, I've written WAEC,
Okay.
and I passed
Okay.
my science courses, everything. So I told somebody, he's actually one of my teachers, and he told me that God has a reason for letting me pass through science class already.
Yes.
First, before I realized that art class is also
What you like.
what I like. So I want to ask that, is it not kind of confusing How?
Okay. Now you know what you want. Please go for what you want. Go for what you want. Don't wait. Don't let anybody persuade you. I've said that before. Don't allow anybody to persuade you or cajole you into doing what you don't want to do. Because what you want to do is what will make you happy, is what will give you a balanced life, and is what will make you have a fulfilled destiny. Okay? Don't go and do what somebody else wants you to do. You can't be who you are not. You can only be yourself. You cannot be who you are not. Okay? So if what you want to do, you know it's points clear, go for it and pay the price to get it.
In a situation when he or she does not know what they like, does not know what they want to do, in a situation where they find it difficult to know what they want to do, what should he or she
in that
do?
situation, you need somebody to counsel you. You need a counselor who will sit with you. At least I said something. If you don't know what you like, you know what you don't like. Like I told you, I don't want to be a nurse because I don't want to work in an hospital. I don't want to be seeing blood every day. At least I know I don't want to be a nurse. So you know what you don't want. But for you to be able to, because it's not everybody that will know at your age what you want to do. You need a mentor. You need somebody to counsel you. And I told you that if you want to learn how to drive a car, don't go to an Okada rider to come and teach you how to drive a car because you have not seen him drive a car before. You see him drive Okada and you are telling him to teach you how to drive a car. Don't go to a blind man because a blind man will always also take you on a blind journey. Go to somebody who is learned, educated, exposed, current to mentor you. So seek for guidance, seek for counseling, okay? In some of those schools, the secondary schools, you have educational counselor. So go there, tell them, I don't really know what I want to do, but these are you will know some things that you like, and you know those things that you don't like. And that will help you to know your personality, okay? So please seek for advice. I have a question here. I want to be
Can we read it for you?
a flight attendant, and I know the stress involved. Please, can you help me read it? I know the stress involved, and my parent is discouraging me because they think I want money if I do the course. So if your parent is discouraging you, this is what you will do. Tell your parents that, Mommy, please, can we go to see a counselor together? Or Daddy, please, can we see a counselor together? So that the counselor can make the balance between you and your parents. Like, for instance, now, I told you my mom wanted me to be a nurse. And that is not what I wanted to do. And she was persuading me, and people, all our friends were talking to me that I should be a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse. So I told somebody who is a teacher in my school that my mommy is forcing me to be a nurse, and I don't want to be a nurse. So they invited her. And they told her that she should not force me to be a nurse. She should not force me to study what I don't want to study. And the teacher told my mommy that I don't like to see blood every day. I don't want to wake up every morning and going to an environment where I will see people who are in the pool of blood. That's not what I want. And I know deep inside of me, this is not what I want to be. And I won't want to wake up every morning to want to go to an hospital environment. So my mommy considered and said, okay. So when my dad wanted me to be a banker, I apparently got a job after my first degree. Job was waiting for me. I got a job in TIB Bank. And guess what? I resumed that job. But my first day in the office, somebody was just talking nonsense to me. I just put in my resignation that first day. Because after NYSC, the job was waiting for me. The job was waiting. I didn't apply. Oh, the job was waiting for me. I didn't even do interview. That's the truth. Because it's who you know. The job was waiting for me. And I put in my resignation the next day because I just know that, look, this is not what I want to do. So when I got home, my daddy was very cross with me. And my mom was also cross with me. That they said you should be a nurse. You said you don't want to be a nurse. And now they got a job for you. How many of your friends have job in the bank after graduation? And I said, I prefer to go back for my master's. Because what I want is education. I want to work in a school. That is what I want. I don't want to be a banker. I don't want to be doing my shopping in the bank. All my life is in the bank. I won't see my children. My auntie, at that time, who was my mentor, she doesn't see her children. At some point, she doesn't even know what they look like. I'm sure if she had twins, she won't even know Taye from Kehinde. Because somebody, a mom, that will leave the house by 6 a.m. or 6:30 and will not come by 10 p.m. when the children are already in bed for 365 days in a year. How are they going to be interacting with their children? And even your husband will have to come to the office to discuss with you. That is not what I want. So I explained to them that they should please allow me go back for my master's. And they had to agree with me. And thank God for today, they are not regretting that I followed my mind.
Okay.
I'm not regretting either. And I am grateful to God that I didn't allow the parental pressure to push me to do what I didn't want to do. Because if I work in that bank, something else would have happened. I'm not dead though, but I'm not going to have that fulfillment that I have now. Do you get it? So follow your mind. And if your parents are insisting, allow other people to get involved to be able to talk to your parents for you. Have I answered your questions? Okay.
Okay. This person said, Ma, you talked about banking and finance, and that they don't have time for their family, that they are always occupied to take care of, that they don't have time to take care of their family, and that is what I actually like. How can I balance my career, work, and family all together?
Do you know that a lot of things have changed now that technology has taken over? Do you agree with me? A lot of things have changed. I was telling somebody recently that some banks abroad, they are like sitting room. They are not the conventional banks where you have the counter and then you go and submit your check leave and they will give you a tally and you go and sleep. I'm sure mommy, Pastor Mrs., when you go to the bank maybe 20 years back, you give them your checkbook, your check leave, then they will give you a tally. And when you collect that tally, you know that you can still go to Dugbe to go and do your shopping. Is it true, ma? You go to Dugbe for 3 hours. Because if you don't go to Dugbe for your shopping, you will just sleep in that bank. Some people even come with their wrapper because they will sleep before they will call them. Banking has also changed. So there are some banks now, in fact, in banks now, you don't have to go there physically, true or false. You can do a lot of things on your phone. So I'm not sure it is what it was then. A lot of things have changed. So I'm not saying, that's my own personal opinion. I didn't want to be a banker. It's not your own opinion. If you want to be a banker, you like the way they dress. You know one thing I like about bankers? They are very smart in dressing. If you want to know the best dressers, go to the bank because they dress well. You know why they dress well? So that they can attract clients. And they look good. So if you are looking at that, you want to be a banker, but behind the scenes, they do a lot of work as well. And they have a lot of stress as well. That is not to discourage you. So if you want to be a banker, get a banker who is currently working in the bank to mentor you and tell you the good things about banking and the challenges you are likely to face. You know, when you know the challenges, it makes life easier for you because you already know what you are coming into. And that will help you to have a balanced life. That, okay, if it is like this, I will do it like this. You have your own plans and purpose. So get a banker to mentor you, okay? I hope I answered your question.
Okay, I am a third-year student in the Faculty of Science.
Okay.
Now I'm beginning to develop an interest in human resource management and accountancy. What do you think I can do, ma?
If you are a third-year student in the university, you know there is something that in the university you can change your course. You can change your course. The fact that you have come into university to study something does not mean that you are going to graduate with that course. So if you have interest in changing your course, approach that university and discuss the possibility of you crossing over to the study you want. A lot of people come into Lee City University and they still change their course. What will happen is two things. One, you will take some courses in the lower level, which you have missed. And two, you may have an extra semester or 1 year. It may not even be necessary, depending on the university. So there's a lot of flexibility in education now. So you can change your course if that is what you just realized that you want. So don't force yourself to graduate with that course because you're already in the university. Go and talk to the authority in the university for possibility change of course. Thank you.
Okay.